Hey guys, welcome to my last makeup tutorial of the 2015 Halloween season, and I wanted to just wrap it all up with one of the most popular Halloween characters ever, a vampire. Vampires usually have either red or black eyes, so just go with whatever your preference is. I decided to go with black because I thought it would complement my makeup more. And then put on some foundation that is a few shades lighter than your natural skin tone. And if you are already using the lightest foundation that they sell, you can always mix in white face paint or cream makeup into your foundation to lighten it up a bit. And then conceal any blemishes on your face. And then use a translucent setting powder to lock all of that in place. Now I'm going to fill in my eyebrows using a dark brown eyeshadow that will match the wig that I'm planning on wearing at the end of this video. I'm going to be wearing some pretty dark shadows on my eyes, so I definitely want to prime them to make sure the colors stay super pigmented. Primer will also help your eyeshadows blend nicely too, which is really helpful for a look like this with several different colors of eyeshadow. Besides black, the main color in my dress that I'm going to be wearing is like a berry red color. It's definitely more of a pinkish red than like an orangey red, so I'm going to use a light pink color that will complement the red in my eyeshadow and in my dress for the highlight along my brow bone. And then I am taking a berry red color and putting it all across my lid. This is going to be the main color of the eyeshadow look, but I'm also using it as a base for all of the other colors so that they're all tied together with this same pinky red undertone. So that red color will be the lightest in our gradient, and now I'm going to go to the darkest, which is black. I'm going to go ahead and place it in on the outside corners and the inside corners of my eye. Right now I'm just putting some product in place. We can make it darker, we can shade it, we can carve it out later, but for now I just want to get the color on there so we can see what we're working with. My blending color is going to be a reddish, maroonish, kind of plumish sort of eyeshadow. Basically, you want your transition color to be in between your lightest and darkest colors, and the more colors that you use for your transition, the easier the blending will be. You can always go back in and add more of a color if it starts to get a little lost. I do this with the red several times because I definitely don't want to lose that color as everything starts to get a little bit darker. Using a mix of patting product on and sweeping it to move it around, and using a transition color, eventually your blending job will be done. After I'm satisfied with the blending, I'm going to use a stiffer angled eyeshadow brush with black eyeshadow on it to start making the shape that I want. I'm going to make a pointier end on the outside corner, and I'm going to bring it down to a point on the inside corner as well. Don't worry about being too clean with this because the next step is to carve out that wing shape with concealer on a concealer brush. If possible, you're going to definitely want to use a brush for this because it gives you so much more control than the little concealer applicator that it comes with. I just put the concealer straight onto the brush and then brush it right on. After I've got the shape exactly how I want it using the concealer, I'm going to go back in and darken a few spots up with black eyeshadow. And after that's all done, I'm going to sweep off whatever fallout I can, and then I'm going to use foundation on a beauty blender to clean up my cheeks from all of the eyeshadow fallout. And now I'm going to line my upper lash line with a black liquid liner, and I'm going to give myself a nice big wing that follows along the same line of the wing of the eyeshadow. Next up is to line my waterline with a black eyeliner pencil. And I'm just going to warn you right now, the next bit is super out of focus, so I'm just going to talk you through it really fast so that we don't have to look at it very long. So for my lower lid, I used that same berry red color across my whole lower lid, and then I used the black eyeshadow to come back in along that same line, and then I just blended it all together. Sorry about the focus. It looks awful. I'm sorry. Much better. Okay, black mascara, top and bottom lashes. You know the drill. And then I'm just going to add falsies, same way as usual. For the lips, I'm going to do a black and berry kind of ombre lip. So I'm going to start by lining my lip with a black lip liner. And I'm going to make my cupid's bow really sharp and pointy because I'm a vampire and I do what I want. Oh yeah, you're going to want to get a little crazy with this lip liner and fill in the outer portions of your lips with this lip liner as well, leaving only a small section in the middle for the second color. And then I will use a liquid lipstick to fill in that middle portion and also to blend it in with the black. Whenever you do dark lipstick, it is helpful to clean up the lip line with concealer to give it that nice sharp edge. And then use a color that is definitely darker than you would probably use if you weren't a vampire to contour out my cheekbones. I'm actually using the same color that is my transition color from my eyeshadow. I don't know, vampires always have crazy cheekbones. Of course, costumes are always an important part of my look, and today I've got a good one for you. This vampire gown is from Wholesale Halloween Costumes, and I just love it. Let me break it down for you a little bit. It's this vampire-themed black and red gown that is so pretty, and it's really big and poofy. It comes with a petticoat that gives you the shape of the gown that you want, and these sleeves are just so much fun. But my favorite part of the dress are these little bows that go down the front, because they're not actually bows, they are bats, which is such a cute detail for a vampire dress. I just love it. But my super favorite part of the costume, we're not even there yet. This dress has a huge detachable collar, which I just adore. But because I'm going to be wearing a big collar, I'm either going to need to put my hair up in some kind of fancy updo or in a short bob wig style. Y'all know me, I'm going with the wig. This wig is perfect for this because it's shorter in the back so it doesn't get stuck up on the collar or anything like that. Perfect. The collar just velcros around your neck and it just looks so good. I love it. This is my favorite part. For my nails, I filed them into much pointier than I normally have them, which has made my life very difficult. And this beautiful polish that is on them is golden red gel polish from Madam Glam. I'll link it below. Amazing. My things are the ones that you add the little thermoplastic caps to, and then you heat it up and you can just mold it to your teeth so that you have like a perfect bite when you're wearing them. And once they cool off, they harden like plastic, so they're not going to just lose that mold as soon as you take them out. But you can reform them by heating them up again. And finally, blood. We do have some options for this, and they each have their own pros and cons, so I'm going to show you them both and let you decide. The first option is blood drop jewels. The best thing about the jewels is that they are pretty, and also if you're going to be out all night on Halloween and you don't want to worry about smearing your fake blood everywhere or staining things or anything like that, these are a clean, functional alternative to covering your face in blood. The cons of wearing jewels is that they just don't look quite as cool as fake blood. They look classy, but they don't look like you're actually a real vampire about to rip somebody's throat open and drink all their blood. But it's up to you. And for the other option, we have fake blood. I am using vampire blood, which I don't know how that's any different than any other kind of blood. Beats me. But there are also tons of recipes online if you want to make your own fake blood at home. So many different cheap ways to make it. Okay, pros and cons. Pros, it looks freaking awesome. The cons are that it does dry up, so you have to reapply the blood throughout the night if you want to have that fresh blood look. It also stains everything. So if you're wearing a dress that is super, super cool and awesome and you don't want to mess it up, like me, for example, this is probably not the way to go for you. Or you could just go nuts. It is Halloween. You could smear blood all over your face, all over your costume. Like I said, it's up to you. I just want you guys to have fun this year. So that wraps up this vampire tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And for those of you new to my channel, I do costume looks all year round. So this isn't really just a Halloween thing here on my channel. So subscribe if you want to see more costume looks. I love having you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I love you all very, very, very much. Bye!